In the 21st century, a new great power competition is defining the global landscape. The world's two preeminent powers, the United States, the established global leader, and the People's Republic of China, its rapidly ascending challenger, are locked in a complex and multifaceted race for military supremacy. This isn't a contest fought with rhetoric alone. It's a technological, economic, and strategic marathon with profound implications for global stability. In this video, we'll conduct a comprehensive, domain-by-domain comparison of their formidable military forces. From the soldiers on the ground to the satellites in orbit, we'll analyze their armies, navies, air forces, and the cutting-edge technology that could decide future conflicts to determine who truly holds the strategic advantage in 2025. At the foundation of military might lies economic power. The United States maintains a colossal lead in defense spending, with an annual budget approaching $900 billion. This massive investment funds a global military presence, extensive research and development, and the procurement of the world's most advanced hardware. By contrast, China's officially announced budget is closer to $300 billion. While the U.S. still spends nearly 3 times more in nominal terms, this figure doesn't tell the whole story. Beijing's defense budget continues to grow rapidly each year, and when adjusted for purchasing power parity, which accounts for lower domestic labor and material costs, the effective value of China's spending is significantly higher than official numbers suggest. This allows Beijing to produce equipment and pay personnel at a fraction of the cost, accelerating its military modernization at a startling pace. When it comes to boots on the ground, the comparison begins with sheer numbers. The People's Liberation Army is the world's largest active military force, with over 2 million soldiers. The United States fields a smaller, all-volunteer force of around 1.4 million active-duty personnel. However, military strength is about more than just manpower. The U.S. Armed Forces are a battle-hardened entity, forged by over 2 decades of continuous combat operations in diverse and demanding environments like Iraq and Afghanistan. This experience is invaluable, creating a professional non-commissioned officer corps that is the backbone of its combat effectiveness. The U.S. also leads in global deployment, with a network of bases that allows it to project power anywhere on the planet. Its training is second to none, with hyper-realistic combat training centers and extensive joint exercises with a vast network of allies. While the PLA has not engaged in a major conflict since 1979, it is rapidly modernizing its own training, focusing on realistic, joint force combat scenarios designed to close this experience gap. On the high seas, the strategic picture becomes even more distinct. The People's Liberation Army Navy, or PLAN, has already surpassed the U.S. Navy in sheer number of vessels, making it the largest navy in the world by hull count. This rapid expansion is a testament to China's incredible shipbuilding capacity, which is over 200 times greater than that of the United States. The plan is focused on an anti-access area denial strategy, building a formidable fleet of modern destroyers, frigates, and submarines designed to control its near seas and keep adversaries at bay. However, the U.S. Navy remains the undisputed master of the world's oceans. Its power is centered on its fleet of 11 nuclear-powered supercarriers, floating air bases that can project overwhelming force anywhere on Earth. No other nation comes close. Supported by a technologically superior submarine force and a global logistics network, the U.S. Navy's ability to sustain long-range operations gives it a decisive edge in blue water capability, while China strengthens its fleet to dominate the crucial waterways of the South China Sea and Indo-Pacific. In the skies, the United States Air Force has long enjoyed uncontested dominance. It operates the largest and most technologically advanced air force in the world, built around a powerful combination of fifth-generation stealth fighters like the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II. These aircraft are not just fighters, they are flying sensor platforms that gather and share data across the entire battle space, This is backed by a massive fleet of tankers, transport aircraft, and the world's most formidable strategic bombers, including the venerable B-52 and the stealthy B-2 Spirit. But here too, China is closing the gap with breathtaking speed. The People's Liberation Army Air Force is rapidly retiring older Soviet-era jets in favor of its own domestically produced designs. Its flagship is the Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon, a stealth fighter designed to challenge American air superiority. While questions remain about its engines and true stealth capabilities compared to the F-22, the J-20's rapid production and deployment signal China's ambition to control its own airspace. The American Air Force remains unmatched in experience, training, and global reach, but China's air power is growing fast with its home-built stealth jets. The ultimate guarantor of national security remains the nuclear triad, a combination of land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, and strategic bombers. The United States possesses a mature and highly reliable triad with approximately 1,770 deployed warheads. Its Ohio-class submarines form the most survivable leg of this triad, silently patrolling the depths, ready to deliver a devastating retaliatory strike. China, historically maintaining a smaller arsenal for minimum deterrence, is undergoing a massive expansion of its nuclear forces. It is building hundreds of new missile silos, developing advanced road-mobile ICBMs like the DF-41, and expanding its fleet of ballistic missile submarines. While its total warhead count is still significantly smaller than America's, its rapid growth is a source of major concern in Washington. Both nations have the power to destroy each other many times over. A grim reality that, for now, ensures a fragile peace through the doctrine of mutually assured destruction. The new frontiers of conflict are digital and orbital. The United States was the first to recognize these domains as critical to modern warfare, establishing U.S. Cyber Command to defend its networks and the Space Force to protect its assets in orbit. America's military is heavily reliant on its vast satellite network for communication, navigation, and intelligence, a powerful advantage but also a potential vulnerability. China has consolidated its own efforts under the Strategic Support Force, an innovative branch that integrates cyber, space, and electronic warfare operations. Beijing has developed sophisticated anti-satellite weapons and is a world leader in areas like quantum communications, which could render traditional encryption obsolete. Both nations are now locked in a high-stakes race to achieve dominance in these invisible battlegrounds, developing AI-driven warfare systems, hypersonic weapons that travel at over 5 times the speed of sound, and directed energy weapons. The winner of this technological arms race may secure a decisive advantage before a single shot is fired. No nation fights alone. The United States' greatest strategic asset is its unparalleled network of alliances. It commands the 32-nation NATO alliance, the most powerful military coalition in history. In the Pacific, it maintains ironclad treaties with key regional powers like Japan, South Korea, Australia, and the Philippines. These alliances provide the U.S. with global basing, interoperable forces, and diplomatic legitimacy. China, by contrast, has few formal military allies, adhering to a policy of non-interference. However, it cultivates strong strategic partnerships, particularly with nations that share its skepticism of the U.S.-led order. It leads the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and engages in deepening military cooperation with Russia and strategic alignment with Iran. These alliances and partnerships act as powerful force multipliers, and their cohesion could define the course of future conflicts, or, through diplomacy and deterrence, become the very foundation for preventing them. So, who leads in 2025? The United States still holds the overall advantage. Its military possesses superior technology, a wealth of combat experience, and an unmatched ability to project power across the globe, all reinforced by a formidable network of allies. It remains the world's only true global military power. But that lead is narrowing. China is catching up at a speed that has no historical precedent. It is leveraging its immense industrial base and focused state-led investment to build a military designed specifically to counter American strengths, excelling in key areas like shipbuilding, hypersonic missiles, and the application of artificial intelligence. The balance of power is in a state of dynamic flux. The era of uncontested American dominance is over, replaced by a new, more complex, and potentially more dangerous bipolarity. The strategic decisions made in Washington and Beijing over the next decade will not only determine the future of their rivalry, but will reshape the entire global order as we know it.